I dislike how Blizzard did some of the things, right? Like Misha's an ability, so if I'm stunned, I can't use her.
The,
Defeats
there,
the purpose of being two people.
yes, there's a lot of things that I don't. I'm guessing. Have you played any other MOBAs like Dota or
So
Heroes
I
of New
grew up
Earth?
playing Warcraft 3.
Okay.
I never liked Dota itself.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of boring, but I did play Heroes of New Earth, and I think this guy's like Tundra, if I
It
remember right,
it's
whatever his name is.
a
Wild
mixture of
Soul.
Wild Soul. That's right, and Bear Julon. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's so funny because I played Dota and then I played a crap ton of Han, and so when I got here and I was like, oh look, it's Bear Julon, and it's like, where's my
Yeah.
giant AOE burning fire that I want to just put on him and he wins the game? And it's like, no, it's not a thing in this game. So I was like, oh, well, okay. I guess we'll just do our best then with what we got. So
I just don't like how complicated those games are.
I agree.
And I don't like the support role. I like healer the most in this, and
Mm-hmm.
I dislike support in all the other games.
I think you're spot on. So, and his controls are very wonky compared to the other ones. So, already a good flank, right? Like good positioning, good idea. So it's like the one question I'll have for you. I don't know if you knew or if you've used it before. Have you hit the Alt key? So like
Yeah,
if
I
you
know about self-cast.
okay, so yeah, so like obviously, did you know that if you self cast the bear, he actually runs faster than
Yes.
manually dragging him? Okay, cool. So yeah,
I
just a
have it bound to a specific key, so I don't even have to hold alt,
oh,
because that just
beautiful.
takes extra steps.
Yep. So, okay, I've currently got it follow locking what you're doing as well as your stuns and all that. Oh my gosh, 27 seconds she finished her thing. Whatever. Okay. Um, goodness, it's a bloodbath. Looks like standard SL. Okay, so you're so typically on this map, the off lane is bot. I said obviously you don't have to
Okay.
do that with how your guys have got your draft going. I didn't know from the draft here if you guys are going to be running a 1-3-1 or if you're going to be running a 2-1. So, so it's interesting. You're playing this right here, like as if. So you took the marking talent on one because you assumed or were told in draft that you're going to need to get the turret
No one
on
told me
timer.
shit.
Oh, okay.
No
So
one told me that either.
so on this particular map, right? Like it doesn't always happen this way, but usually the off lane will cover the mid and the bot, right? Or sorry, mid and bot because they have the conveyor belt for speed, so they're able to quickly get to lanes, which
Oh, that
means
makes
that
sense.
which means that the four-man rotation will be playing more for control of this health camp. And then when the mid is clear, right? Because they'll come help you still, right? Like this is going to be a team effort, but when they're done, then you kind of can break off and get this turret. You really do want to
Okay.
get this turret on cooldown as fast as possible, like as a team, not you specifically, because as soon as the turret's done, that's when the next one spawns. So if
Hold
you,
up.
mhm,
The Brightwing is going to complain in chat that they're bot, and I guess that makes sense now to me because I didn't know why they said that. They're like, why am I laning?
yes, and so that would be part
Gotcha.
of part of that question, right? Is like knowing which lane to be in. So for Volskaya, typically they ask the offlaner to watch the bottom lane. That's just the typical thing. So obviously I'm
Okay,
ignoring
that
chat.
makes
I'm watching
sense.
you. So so you're doing it right, right? Like you're controlling your vision, right? Like because the weakest thing to Rexxar, yep, exactly that. The weakest thing to Rexxar is Rexxar. Misha's really the hero. Rexxar is just a body.
Yeah, I
So
love Misha.
so as you're playing it, you're doing it right. Like you're keeping vision, you're keeping stuff going. Say it's like as far as the macro and things. But I think you might, unless you specifically are drafting to do the to do the camp, right? Right, like you have yeah, I see the why am I laying. Say unless you are effectively the camper, I don't take that camping talent on one. Some maps it's different, right? Because the way that it
Yeah.
reads, which may not be intuitive at all, is um is that it does 150 bonus damage against minions and mercenaries, right? So mercs are obviously the obvious one, and minions are what they are. But some things are coded as mercs and minions that you wouldn't expect to be mercs and minions. So I need to go back and double check and see if they fix this. But like the immortal on BOE used to be counted as like a minion,
Oh, really?
so you could do bonus damage there. Kind of like how Artanis has his level 1 talent that he has bonus damage to minions and mercenaries. So you would do bonus damage to the race on BOE if you take that talent on level 1. So there are like parts and pieces where like yes, you would want to take this for specific map elements or map things, but just in general, people tend to stick to that level 1 talent for exactly what you asked for, right? They're like, so it's like, this helps me clear, but I don't need it. You're right, you don't need it, but it clears so well and so easily that it allows you to keep Misha posted like you were doing in the bush. Because then
Right.
you don't need Misha to clear, and you just need to cast one Q and like maybe a couple autos, and you got it. You're golden. So, and then that enables you, if the wave is cleared faster, it enables you to either get to camp faster or to double soak. Because Rexxar
Okay.
can double soak. Um, Obviously, we're here on this camp. This camp here is kind of meh on the map. Obviously, any camp you take, you want to make sure it gets supported. So the fact that you are the level 1 means that yes, you should be using your camps, that way your talent gets value. Just obviously, maybe they didn't realize that, or the team hasn't realized that. So okay, so then they're still getting kills. Yep, still no one soaking bottom. That's fine. He did go Scream. That's interesting. That is probably the biggest threat to your team. This team here might be just fiesting, honestly, at this point. So they
They
have
might
no
be what?
tank. Fiesting. They're just they're just doing whatever the heck they want. They're having a
Having a good
party.
time.
Yeah, because
Oh, I
it's
get you.
because there's no tank anymore. Like he's not a tank. They don't have any other beef on their team. So it's gonna be like a slugfest every time that there's a fight. And the fact that you have 3 people on your team that functionally have the ability to tank, like you should be able to just outsustain their damage outside of a like Scream plus Tyrande stun. So,
Okay,
um,
hold up.
yep.
So, what talent? How do you know he's not tank? What talent did you choose exactly? You said Scream.
Yeah, he took Colossus Smash. So at level
What's the tank
4,
talent?
it's called Taunt.
Okay,
So
I get you.
yeah, so on level
Oh,
4, let me see if I can quickly get to Varian. There we go. So yeah, on level 4 is when he chooses what kind of real boy he's going to be. So yeah, he's either the tank with taunt, bruiser slash burst damage with Colossus Smash, or a poor man's Illidan with Twin Blades.
yeah. Okay. So, why isn't my team rotating for bot if that's what they would do for top?
So I think your team is just brawling to brawl. Like we can go back and we can watch them for the next couple minutes here, but like they've spent all of their time middle getting kills, right? So it's
Okay,
I'm
I
like,
gotcha.
and so like they've just been brawling for brawling's sake. Like no one on their team, like Thrall has a stacking talent, right? Like he's got 3 stacks. Jimmy didn't go the stacking talent, so it just feels like they're ARAMing to ARAM.
But
Um,
if I had gone bot, I would have fought Zagara, and that wouldn't have been so good, right?
so you versus Zag is not an ideal quote unquote matchup, right? Because Zagara can drop the minions on you or put the Hydralisk on you, and like you're
Yeah.
obviously you as in Rexxar are the weakest part of your duo. So it's like so you could take you know how you took that Merc talent that works on Zagara
Yeah.
minions.
Okay.
So you could like as soon as she drops it on you, you just put Misha on it, and then it dies. So like it can be done, right? Like it's like you do
Yeah.
have a couple different pivots, especially if it's going to be a 1v1 battle. Like a lot of his talents can change. So, but yeah, as if this was a standard match, I effectively would do my best to what I would call it's what they typically call is offsetting. So when you go to off lane, either you're like clearing while someone's clearing, or you're off rotating and you're clearing when they're not there. So like
Right.
purposefully like messing up a rotation or potentially like being late to something so that way you don't engage with them. Right? Like if you're fighting a Leoric, right? Leo wants to fight you in lane because his
Okay.
self-sustain is from his W, right? So like he wants to clear the wave and put his spooky hand on you so that way he's healing while he's clearing, right? Zool wants to fight you because the minions generate and pop up and get cleared. So like into both of those heroes, you don't want to be fighting them while you're clearing. You'd rather just speed clear and like peace out. So it just depends on who your matchup is and whether it's favorable or not for you. Like if you're into Artanis, you have the best matchup possible because Artanis can't swap or can't use half of his lane clearing abilities without getting stunned. Same thing with Sonya. Like Sonya's wave clear tends to be in her spin, or her health or her self sustains in her spin. So
I
if you end
pause
up
you 1 second.
saving, hmm?
Against Sonya, I feel like I struggle to out DPS her whirlwind
Mm-hmm.
because she'll out heal the damage that me and Misha do or heal from it,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I come out negative.
So anytime she whirlwinds, you stun.
Okay, so don't use stun until she whirlwinds. Got it.
Correct. Yep. It's effectively it's not that simple, but that's probably the first key. The second thing would be watching if she's splash build, because if she's splash build, you actually take more damage from like the earthquake thing that happens behind it than the initial hit. So
Oh,
she'll smash the bear, and then you'll take bonus damage behind it if she's full smash build. So you want to make sure that you either position the bear accordingly, or again, just only save the bear, right? Like kind of like how you were doing here, how you were clearing with Q as it came up, and you had the bear posted. Feel free to clear with Q. As soon as Sonya comes up to heal or clear the wave, you stun her and stop that spin, and then just keep out soaking her.
okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So, all right, we'll see. So your team, like I said, still A-ramming down there. Yep, you found them. Good job. You got out. Zul'jin potentially is stacking. Yeah, he does have some stacks. Something to watch out for. The team's
Oh yeah,
coming
yeah.
up.
Someone told me that one time when I was laning against Jin that he's just farming stacks off me.
Mm-hmm. That, depending on what's there, that might be just a lane swap. Okay, your team came up here again and started ARAM fighting for no reason and left you to die. So let's back up here and see what happened with yours.
I kind of let
So
myself die too.
okay, so you went for you went for the flank, right? Good idea. Looking for a flank to help your team as they're engaging, but then you found Orphea was behind you. And so you turned on Orphea, and then walked into Jimmy. Okay. If you
No, that's my
yeah.
teammate.
Oh, Jimmy's your friend. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you should be able to run here. Oh, dang. What? Oh my gosh.
How that even happened, I don't quite understand.
Orphea has a healing mechanic. So every third spell she does, you can see it on the balls on her character. Um, so
Like
right
the
here.
Rainer, in my opinion, dropped the ball here.
Yes, Raynor should have 100% gotten the kill there. You could have potentially pivoted or positioned a little differently, like came up into this space here. But so like you got your stun, you got your hit. So I said she does. So right here, she's got her 3 balls. The next auto attack that she does will heal her for I forget what the percentage is. It's her trait. That's how she works. So she's like a dueler. She likes to dance around and do that. So obviously, like if
I
let's
should
say
start
like
moving.
that's I think if you can be moving right, whether it be up or down, right,
Yeah.
or at least even towards Jimmy a little bit, like after you dodge the circle, like maybe you have enough to get this kill, right? Like 42 health is anyone's game. Say it's like, but then she auto attacks out of the stun and then heals.
Yeah.
So and then gets away. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Um, yeah, let's see. Talent wise, did we have anything different? No. Like I said, I'm like, I don't know if you live half a second more, if Misha potentially can get another stun off before you get chomped, but it's pretty bursty.
I just
So,
didn't know how to like dodge her ability.
mm-hmm. It's honestly really hard. Like she's one of those heroes that can farm a lot of people just because of her stuff. That's just based in her kit. Okay, we'll come back to you since everybody else is doing stuff. Alright, yeah, objective. Soldian's doing things. Varian's killing things. Okay. That's a good stun. I'm not going to get a kill, though. Jimmy's here, half health. Jimmy's been sitting here dying to Zul'jin the whole time. Yeah. So amongst all of this, the number one problem right now is we're down a whole level. Right? Like, and
Yeah.
it's not necessarily your fault specifically, but like we can look at some of the stats and take a look. So like the number one problem right now is we're short 1,000 in minion experience, right? So
Right.
that comes from obviously any of the missed soak globes. So I'm looking at bottom here. I see at least one wave that's been here for a while. And then obviously Brightwing has been commenting about how coming down and catching bot. So I'm not 100% sure what the rest of them were A-ramming or doing in the middle there, but I would say in general you want to be looking for the bottom and mid going forward on Volskaya. And then
Gotcha. You
once
see, if
you're
the Brightwing had just told me, I would have went
of
down.
course, well that's the problem is people don't know like people don't want to be rude, right? You get you have this terrible thing in SL. You yell at people, do this, and then if they don't do it, like say it's like they get flamed.
Sorry, what
But
happened?
if like in Storm League, if you yell at somebody and you tell them what to do, they get pissed off because it's like, don't tell me what to do. I know how to play my hero. I know how to do my job, and then they don't cooperate. And then other times you tell them, hey, to do this, and then it works out great, and you're like, sweet, look at the teamwork. And so it's like they don't know necessarily what kind of a person you're gonna get. So, yeah, I think. Let's see here. So, like, if you watch here, I don't know if Misha
Yeah.
gets bonus damage on Protector or not. That'd be interesting to see.
I like DC'd or you did. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So, are you back? Everything good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you're chasing down the Zagara. I'm curious if your Merc, if Misha does bonus damage to the Protector, because I forget how the Protector's coded.
I definitely start whacking it. So.
Here we go.
Um,
Nope, no bonus damage. It's a hero. So, yeah. A little early on the Joe.
I realize now when that explodes, it knocks me away.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to position Misha for it.
Yep, yep. So,
But
you
I guess
got... Oh, so close. I thought you got 2 there. Okay. You all live. Good enough. Okay. When are you back? That's what we care about. Okay, they're still brawling up here. You're coming to... You're doing the camp. Cool. Because that's what you're talented for. Alright. Coming back to mid. And Brightwing... Did Brightwing bribe? Brightwing bribed. Okay. So, definitely, like, obviously that would be something on a team. You'd communicate whose job is camps. But, like, if she's bribe, like, if you see that at level 1, you don't have to be the Merc talent. Because she's going to be trying to bribe the main one, which is that gun. So she's gonna be the one that's responsible for camps. So, because then like, say it's like then the team of 4 can ooh, nice, good job, good follow up. So then the team of 4, hypothetically can do this one camp once on their mid top rotation. So it's like you've got a good flank. Misha's coming in. Oh. Scream. He dies. Oh, he doesn't die. Oh my gosh, we're all over the place. Nice stun. Good peel. Yay, well done. You set up that kill. And then... See how you do bonus damage to the turret?
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Zagara's dead too. Yep, she face checked that bush. She deserves to die. Use piggies. Wait, where the heck did that piggy go? That misfire?
Piggy?
Sorry, you used boars.
Oh, I think I just straight up missed, if I remember right. No,
Oh, there they come. They're right here.
Okay.
They're just tiny. Okay. Yeah, it got your kill. I was like, wait, Mike, that's fine. You got follow up. Oh. Maybe, yeah, a little bit off. Obviously, your team would be calling Varian, and they're trying to kill Varian. Is that what you know to do that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely keep Misha on the point. You can go do your own thing. Mm-hmm. Looking good. We just wait. Oh, that Brightwing just got freaking deleted. Oh my gosh.
I don't know why Bright Beam was overextended.
It's one of those things where like people are on the objective, they're confident. Like, see, I mean, like, yes, you want to be close to get your bribe stacks, but this is, yeah, it's too. No, especially now there's no wave, there's nothing, and then Varian gets the flank. So
yeah.
So I'm like, I
wasn't expecting that myself, so I would. Yeah, sorry.
You're good. That's it. She shouldn't be there. Like between all of the scouting tools you have, you've got Banshee, you've got Misha, like, and then obviously she might have been looking at bottom. I don't know if that's her ping down here. No, Joe said she wants to defend bottom. So yeah. Either way, she's dead, 100%. It's good flank from Varian, and she's out of position. That's gonna happen. Like. Yeah, this is one of the things that sucks about SL and team coordination, is it's like not everybody should be on the point holding if we're not going to be fighting. Because then, like, it's like they just killed Orphea down here on the bottom side, right? So it's like, so if, they're able to help out on this side more, they'll be able to do more and get more done. So instead, we end up giving 2 Yeah, and of course they're pinging you, but it's like I was up here on the point, right? Like so
Yeah, they
I'm
didn't
like
fight on the
yeah,
point.
yeah. So it's like I only have control where I can fight. So yeah, it's just I understand that side of the frustrating. Like
Yeah, they were all calling me a
yeah,
troll.
you left us to die. You were on the point. Yeah, it's okay. All right, I'm doing fine. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So Joe's holding the point. You got Misha running up. Misha stun. This is going to be a little close. You dodge the thing. And... Alright, you win the objective. Okay, cool. So I don't know if you've recently seen the Protector got buffed. And so
No.
So in probably... Gosh, it's been almost... Maybe two patches ago, the Protector's damage got buffed. And so the Protector does more damage if there's two people in it compared to not. And so
Oh.
you want to make sure that when you actually are sieging, you have two in. And then if you're not sieging and you're using it as like a mobile bunker, to only have like one in. And so,
Okay.
yeah. So right now, okay, Jimmy to get in. So yeah, the damage is does more damage when the two are in. The machine gun portion of the gunner does half damage to buildings. So whoever's the gunner with
Oh.
the machine gun should be aiming for heroes, and then all of the other abilities do full damage. So you would say it's like you want to make sure that those line attacks or whatever, like they chunk. So like if you can hit that line on top of a stun or whatever, like you can burst someone down. So we only got a wall out of it. Not amazing, but not terrible. Things are more or less still neutral, right? So if we look back up at the XP, they still have that about 1k XP lead in minions. That's mainly from the bot lane, right? Because we haven't
I
been able
guess
to go back down there.
I guess like brawling because I went top.
Maybe like I obviously they're their own people. They could also pivot their playstyle to be like, hey, he's not leaving top. Like let's 4-man bot mid. Like it's like oh let's 4-man invade this camp, right? Like they can do stuff. Like but if
I
you
guess you're right.
yeah, so I'm like there's a cool tool I can show afterwards that tracks how much soak was missed on the map, and it will show you like what lane and where. And so you can have like a kind of a bigger picture. Like after the game, you're like, how did we get so far behind? And you can like load the game into the app, and it will highlight like this area here had the most missed soak, and you're like, oh okay, well, no one was bot or whatever. So, um, again, kind of brawling to brawl, but Storm League things. So we got got the item. Nice. We got 1 kill, 2. Nope. Oh, we did get 2. Okay. Yep. We can siege what we can. A little greedy, but you're looking to stop the Zagara crap. So turret, they bribed it. You're on the camp again because you're the merc talent. So this is probably what you're talking about. It's like, how can I merc when like waves are getting pushed,
Yeah.
right? So in a coordinated group, right? So it's like that's something that you can obviously ask for or just talk about at load in, right? Like everyone has jobs and responsibilities at load in. I try and do that in my SL too. I actually will type out
Okay, that makes
like,
sense.
hey, like this is my job. Like, like obviously you're not playing Hogger, but like if you're playing Hogger, Hogger's probably the fastest camper in the game. So it would be really dumb to be like, hey, Hogger, don't camp. You're like, no, that's what he's good at. That's what he does. So in the same way, like at level 1 or loading in, you ask the team, "Hey, am I, the merker?" And if they go, "Yeah, you are," it's like, "Okay, you pick the merc talent at level 1 and then you say, "Hey, I'm running to the camp, ping or like just ping top, right? Like the shield defend or whatever, like just ping up here, "Hey, get this, I'm on camp." It's like you don't have to, type a dissertation, but you can at least try and get people to see that, "Oh, I need help covering because I'm doing the camp." And then obviously the best time to do the camp is when you have nothing else to do, or it's like timed for an objective, right? Like if this, like hypothetically, if this lane was neutral, right? Like if it's neutral, you can do the camp because then it's not gonna be doing building damage, and you can catch some of the small soak globes. Um, but yeah, I said I think you're for what you got in SL, you're doing the best that you can. And this variant is super ham. You got the piggy on him, and that starts the kill. Yeah, the slow is enough. So now the team is dealing with the push bot. We're going to respond. So this camp here is really good because obviously there's no one to answer it, so it's pushing uncontested, right? And this is nice because if a macro decision has to be made, like do we fight or do we answer, they pretty much are stuck. Now they're stuck fighting, and this is going to get tons of value because it will, continue to keep pushing this lane out until it gets answered. It will take the building eventually. So, let's see. Joe's busted shield. Oh, didn't even need it. Rexxar. Yep, you got her. Oh, no one else is there. That's okay. So, yeah, you're microing it just fine. Like I said, I don't see any issues with that. They want to push top now. Just kill the spies. That's good. You finished your hunter-gatherer. You're a strong boy now.
What's the usual time I should finish hunter-gatherer?
So if you're double soaking, you can get
Oh,
it. It's like you get two, because a globe spawns every 30 seconds, right? That's when the minions crash in the middle here is about 30 and 52 seconds. So
the
every
fastest
minute,
part.
so yeah, every minute you should be able to get two globes, right? Just at a minute at worst. In best case, you can get four. So if you on average get like three globes a minute. So, and then hunter gatherer is let's see, 25. So, you know, 25 divided by 3. So you should be able to get it done in by 10 minutes. So
That makes sense.
I imagine. So not terrible behind on pace or anything, because that doesn't account also for like you can just like walk by as they're they're capturing the camp, and you get a globe for that,
Yeah.
right? So I would say like if you get it before 10 minutes, you're doing well. I said that would be nice. Obviously, the sooner you get it, the better, because then you get that 25 armor, or sorry, yeah, 15 armor for you and Misha, and the health regen isn't bad. Um, yeah, this talent can change a lot depending on what you're doing and how you're fighting, but this is, I think, the
Can
standard.
you give an example?
Sure. So, like, if you're dueling and you're planning on going Bestial Wrath, right? Like, you wanna take Hungry Bear.
Dueling?
So, like, if you're playing on Braxis and you're stuck battling that person up top forever, right? Like Misha is the
For
one
the
that's going to be
objective?
fighting on the objective point. And so having her
Okay.
being able to heal every time she's auto attacking gives her more staying power and hopefully reduces your mana burden because you end up spending a lot of mana keeping Misha alive, right? So
Right.
it's like so if you spend 70 mana there, right? It's your most mana intensive spell. Like
Right.
45 mana on the charge, 40 on the throw, right? So you're literally spending almost double your mana to keep Misha alive. So if you know you're going to be constantly fighting somebody, having that can be huge to keep Misha and your own
That
self-sustain
heals
up.
pretty good.
It's not amazing, but it keeps you topped off to where you don't end up running out on this. Because
Well,
like other
I
people,
guess I guess my question is more than the health regen?
no, the health regen will do better over the long term, right? Because it says it's 1 health per second, right? So it's like you
Yeah.
and so if you get 4.5% of her maximum health, and then Misha attacks. I think it's every 1.5. Is it on the? Where does it tell you the stats on
Do you have
here?
to click her?
I got her, but
You have to have the panel enabled in your settings.
I thought I
The
had it.
details panel, I think it's what's called.
Yeah, I have it probably hidden from um
Yeah, it
all the
gets in the
other
way.
settings. Yeah. Okay, I'll have to try it. Look in try mode. But let's say that she attacks every 1 second. Right? So 4.5% of her maximum health. So it's like, and she's got 3,000 health. So you definitely will be getting more health per second than what this does. But again, that's while attacking. So it's like that's
Right.
the whole idea is that you're going to be dueling versus passively healing. So that's the main difference. And then obviously the armor is good for this particular matchup because you're into both Zul'jin and Zagara and Orphea. All of them auto attack, so that gives you 15% damage reduction. Physical armor is specifically certain matchups, right? Like obviously you don't want to pick this into high, fast attacking things like Tychus or Lucio or um, what's the other one that's really stupid that attacks like a million times per second? Or Genji, because like all of every one of their auto attacks will destroy all of your charges. Like they just hit
So
you
don't fight
once.
those. Like Tychus,
Yeah, Tychus, Genji, Lucio,
Lyra.
sometimes Villiers, I guess. But as I was like, all of those have effectively ways that they instantly not only proc your charge but remove all of them at once.
Yeah,
So,
when I play Malfurion, I try to hit auto attack people with those talents at least once.
So, but yeah, so the idea with this one is that you're going to be taking less damage. So, like, you know how you were talking about if you're, again, it potentially has to do with dueling or has to do with their damage structure. But like, if they put a ranged laner into you, right? It's like, and so you're, so
Oh,
it's like, and so the bear is constantly getting poked. So it's like you
yeah.
can potentially do something with that to reduce the amount of damage that's into you. So that way Misha lives a little bit stronger. Again, it all depends. I think each of these talents have use. This is the
What
like
about husbandry?
this is kind of the meme talent. Like it's like because it doesn't. There's no guarantee that you will never die. But
Right.
like if you are playing on a map where like you're not there's like no dive opportunities. Like they don't have a Diablo, they don't have um, Kira or other things, a Nubarak that can get to you, and you can just control your lane, control your vision, like you might be able to live forever, and then you're gonna have tons of max health. So it's not impossible, but this feels pretty gimmicky,
Realistically,
gambitly. hmm
what do you think how much health you can get from that? Like is it anything significant?
It can
Like
be.
1,000?
You can definitely get because it's every second that you alive, right?
Yeah,
So like, let's see here. We're at 14 minutes into the game. I know we've died, but like, if we were to say, okay,
10 minutes,
10 minutes into the game, so 10 times 60,
600,
60, 600, and then times two. That's
1,200.
there's 1,200 health right there if you didn't
Yeah,
die for the first 10 minutes. So it's and Misha can die. It's you can't die.
right.
So depending on the map, the matchup, all that stuff, like this might work really, really well. All right, well, there's a lot of different scenarios. But if you're planning on taking this, having flare is really good because
Yeah, that
then
makes
you
sense.
because then you have vision control of where hopefully you won't get ganked.
Yeah, that
But
makes sense.
I don't know. It feels gimmicky. I would probably pick one of these three first. But like for some reason, if you need more health or yeah, it's yeah. Um, but yeah, so I said so that's kind of what those would look like. Let's see here at 7. If you take swoop 1, right? Like it makes your swoop. You should pick one of these sweeps. Usually one of these swoop talents to go with it. Just because you're already throwing it at the minion wave, so there's a greater chance that your person you're hitting is going to be slowed even more, or you're going to be hitting the other offlaner and it gives you CDR and mana back. So you can potentially use those two together. You don't have to. Obviously, this is huge, being able to reduce the cooldown
Yeah,
on Misha's stun. It just depends on how you're playing and what your matchup is. Like if you're playing into Sonya, it's like and you want that charge up all the time, this will make sure that you always have charge up, right? Because the CDR on charge is 10 seconds. So if you attack every second, right, you can get it back up every like more or less. You'll have it ready every 6 seconds instead.
it, would it be bad against like ranged characters like Vala and shit?
Probably because you won't be able to confirm those auto attacks.
Right.
And so being able to take this one, like the bigger slow, might enable you to hit more, like to hit a stun that you couldn't hit originally, or even the range can be nice to help you play a little bit safer, as well as
What
getting you
about
mana back.
Illidan?
For Illidan, I would probably take one of these two talents. Unfortunately, because he can use evasion. So if he evades, then you get no
It
CDR.
doesn't count.
Nope, it's effectively a
Damn.
miss. Yeah. So I would probably take the bigger slow or the range, so that way he can't gap close to me. He's always going to be able to gap close to Misha, right? So you can position your Misha and position yourself. But like he's always going to be able to gap close on Misha, but he can't gap close on you. So you might be able to take the further range, so that way he's forced to do that, and it lets you still clear the wave partially with the talent on one. So Illidan might be another character where if you're sitting there forced to duel, that like physical armor. Wait a minute, it's only one every 6 seconds. Gain armor. Okay, it's not like the other talent. Never mind. There's a couple armor talents that aren't charges. They're duration. So you get hit, and then for the next X amount of seconds, you have physical armor, rather than like 2 attacks, you take 75% less damage. So,
Okay.
yeah, I said, I'm like, but overall, I think that looks good. I said, I think you've been honestly playing fine. Like I said, like the main problem is that there's not really a cohesive thing. Like I said, like you guys are gonna get to 20s first, which is great. Um, I did see that you took this one, the Frenzy of Commodore. Is that a particular reason that you took that one for this game, or is it
I
just
think
something
it
that you
goes
like?
well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
personally, I just like it, and I don't feel like I'm playing on a coordinated team that would really benefit from the root of my ult, which is
Sure.
the other talent I would go for.
Yep.
I
I.
like it because I can solidify kills and
Mm-hmm.
escape things better,
Yeah.
you know, like
I was a
the
little
movement speed
greedy.
buff.
We didn't see them. I was a little greedy to piggy there.
Yeah,
We traded buildings. So we need to. So they want you to get in it.
they
They're
do, and
still
I don't really
brawling.
feel like I'm the one who should.
You're right. So typically, it's a. If you have to, yeah, we want to go push a building if we are gonna get in it. Typically, yeah, we're gonna lose this building. Um, it, we actually got a kill out of it. Okay. In general, you don't want to put both your tank and your off lane in the protector because then people can dive past it, right? Like think of it like Dragonshire. Like someone has to pilot that minion, right? When you're playing on Dragonshire, and so when you're piloting the dragon, you want the health and the time of the protector to be effectively similar to when they expire. So if you are, uh-oh, oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, we walked back into it. Yeah, that's hard with the
I didn't mean
turret.
to, yeah.
Yeah. Was your charge bonus damage up?
No, I
Nope,
just
we just
used
used
it.
it. So,
Also, I didn't realize how much she healed, or I probably wouldn't have stayed.
yeah, she does a lot of healing. The other thing that's weird, you saw that circle that was on her? She gets
Which one?
so like when she does she talented into the AoE lifesteal. So right here, when she auto attacks, you see that circle?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's an AoE lifesteal. So she'll lifesteal off of, or does damage off both of the heroes here when it does that.
I
So
figured it's bad to be in,
yeah,
so I
yeah, yeah,
definitely tried to
exactly.
avoid it.
Yep. So
But I messed up my micro here, which is why I died.
and that's perfectly normal. Like I said. Yeah, 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 whatever. Bunch of angry people. But yes. So I think the back to the protector thing. So as I'm like, so if you're playing with the protector and you're piloting it, your team wants to support the protector because similar to what you just saw, they shredded through it, right? Because they didn't have things that zoned off of it. So if you put your tank and your bruiser in the protector, you don't have things that can CC and lock down people and punish them for attacking the protector. As well as a common strategy is if they put 2 people in the protector, that means that there's people not in the protector, or that are not in the protector. So the 3 of the others could easily be dove if all 5 people can get past the protector because it moves so slow. So there's this weird give and take. So you definitely want to make sure, like, whether it be coordinated environment or whatever, that like, the people who are in the protector are the ones that don't need to be protected, I guess. So yeah, obviously you tried your best to duel there. Like I said, learning Orphea, you'll run into what needs to be done. Um, and they're trying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really care about when Rexxar comes back. Okay. The endless bloodbath for no reason. Good root, good kill. This was
Yeah.
an easy win. Oh my gosh. Oh my glob. Alright, let's see. So,
How are you seeing the chat? Oh, it's top
top
left.
left. I move my chat up there on purpose so it doesn't get in the way while I play. So, it might be helpful for you. I said, like, I don't want to get baited into chat, so I just keep it out. Yeah, stay healthy. Do your best to slow it down. Yep, your team's coming back. There you go. That's a great stun. Oh, I got interrupted. Yeah. So, we saved the core. That's all you can ask for. All right. This is our chance. Work together. Yep, you're a good camp. You can get the turret. Put Misha on the point. Is there 2 here? Oh, you got 3. Okay. Science came out. Our focus fire's over the place, right? Like, Thrall's our burst damage, and so
Yeah.
he's up here on the top side. I don't understand this unstoppable terrain. Like, I don't know, he's just throwing... I guess he's looking at the Orphea, but the Orphea's... You know what I mean? Like it's like we're not... I know, it's SL, so it's not coordinated, yada, yada, yada. But, like...
Also, I'm in silver.
That's okay. So, I'm like, just, you want to try... Like, if you're tank and everyone's fighting for the point, right? Like, we got to try and stick with them and fight for the point. Like, our turret's down, right? Like, I don't know if you placed that or Right Wing placed that, but
No,
we've
no,
got the
no, I
turret.
didn't get it.
Yeah. So that's like, so we've got the turret, we've got all the things here, right? Like, we should try and, like, zone off is
Get on the
fine, but
point.
then position to at least attack the point, even if you're not physically on it,
That
right? Because you're kind of weak. But
that
yeah.
is what I'm about to do.
Yep. All right, we turned around. Oh, we just missed her. Okay.
Yeah.
So we get a kill there because Thrall's finally here. There's 2. Yep. All right, cool. We're worried about Zul'jin. Thrall backs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Lucky, I didn't even realize that.
Oh my gosh. That was scary. Okay. I was like, you probably can't kill her, but... Yeah, you stalled long enough for a team to get there. So you constantly have to worry about that backdoor threat, but we just saw 2 mids, so we don't think they're backdooring. So they try and get to it again. Nope, they're staying there. Okay, so if I was a coordinated team, and I said, who do I want to get in this protector? I would probably put Brightwing and Raynor in the protector. And then have everybody else outside. Because you've got so much CC and so many buttons for your own protection that you can lock people down and make sure that the protector gets to hit things. As well as if you need to go home, right? Like, Rexxar can go home and deal with bottom, right? Like, you can't stop them if they full run at core, but you can at least keep things pushed out without having to have your global be out. Like, if your global would be out, that'd be cool, but that's a lot to ask for. So, looks like Thrall goes home and you guys go home. Okay. So, again, we're not protecting the protector, and then they're diving past the protector, right? Oh my gosh, Brightwing with a blink. So,
They're using the protector for PvP. Is that fine?
no, but it's like, but that's what I said. I'm like, we needed to have we needed one person to go home, right, to cover, and everyone else needed to protect the protector. And so because we
Okay.
left it, right, like, we're beyond half health. So we pretty much gave the protector because we weren't able to defend and do it. Like, if we come back to that moment of decision where I was like, okay, someone needs to get in, right? So if we only have one go home instead of 2, right? Like, we can, like I said, I don't even know if he needs to go home. I think he's just worried about a back door, right? Like, I don't think he needs to go home
Yeah.
yet. I'd say it's like, I think he's just worried, so he came home. So it's like, I do think you're the one who to come home if we are gonna come home. So it's like, but
Right.
then we have the wrong people in the protector, right? Like, Joe should be outside the protector because Joe can peel and survive any dive. Brightwing cannot, right? So it's like, so we want to be able to push our advantage. All the lanes are not in our favor, like, right? Like, there's nothing that's to push. So all we can do is push middle. So as we're pushing mid, right? Like, the turret's being used not on heroes, right? Like, the turret does more damage to heroes than it does. So it's like, and then they're diving the Brightwing. So the Joe, or Jimmy, of course, is trying to help Brightwing, right? So they're trying to get back. I have not seen the shield cast once. There it is. Right? Like, it's like, and so now we've lost half the health on the protector because we went home to clear maybe a wave. Right? So, like, it's just one of those things where it's like you want to use it to where, like, a good protector, good Dragon Knight usage is when the health on the protector is equal to how much time you have left. Right? So, like, if you've got
Makes
like
sense.
10% left and you got 10 seconds left, pretty good. So it's like, but like, we've got, this is like a 2-minute protector and we're already like, or sorry, it's a minute 30 protector and we're already lost half of our health. So, yeah. So it's like, and then Joe jumps out, right? Whether it be to help peel or whatever. So now that Joe's jumped out, Jimmy's now doing half damage. So, yeah, it's just a mess. It's definitely not how you want to use it. We got our pop kill. We saved the Brightwing. And then, sweet. How did you kill him? I missed that. It was on the
I
bottom
think it
half
was
of the
swoop.
screen.
Spirit swoop.
She got there. Woo!
No way.
Yeah, he just
No,
tried to duel you. Yeah, he just tried to duel you for it. Okay, cool. So, gosh, you always have to worry about TP backs and stuff. But I would say in this particular game, I would siege as much as possible. But, like, obviously everyone's worried. Okay, Jimmy went home. I don't believe minions and mercs counts for buildings. No, it doesn't. So, I was gonna say on my mic. Oh, that was a great follow-up. Way to be on top of that.
I can't believe he pushed him through
The
gate.
wall, yeah. So, yeah, you see Jimmy's literally just kind of playing near, watching, like getting the camp out and watching. So, I think you can end here. Yeah.
We do.
Okay. Well, I said, so like when you're positioned to end as the bruiser offlaner, you want to try and coordinate with your tank which side you're going to be watching for whoever's the best core DPS. You might
Wait,
actually
say that
be,
again?
you want to be positioning around the core, so that way you protect whoever does the best core DPS.
Oh, I get you.
So like you can keep Misha attacking, but keep her up here, right? If the tank is going to hold
Makes sense.
left, you can hold right. I don't know, like looking at this, I don't know who
Honestly,
does more between you and Thrall, but yeah, that can be
I
a
think
difference.
my issue was I didn't want to go forward more than I had to, but
Mm-hmm.
that guy had no issue doing that.
Yeah. So that's fine. He's looking for kills. And you guys get it, but I don't know at what cost. Oh no, we get the cleanse off. We're good. Oh, good stun. Oh my gosh, it's ends up being going for kills instead of striking on the core, which is fine.
Yup.
We get all the kills. Look at that. You won this one 4v4 or whatever. Jimmy's up here pushing. So, you got them all. Yep, now it's GG for sure. So yeah, I just something to think about. Like, if you're going to be hitting the core, just making sure that we position accordingly to defend whoever's the best at dealing core
Okay.
damage. No one on your team screams core damage. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like you have Greymane
'Cause
or
Jimmy isn't
Illidan.
there.
Yeah, and Jimmy's not there. So looking for a kill is probably the right call, right? Right? Like you want to get to the building and force them to make a mistake. Right? Like Thrall made a great sunder there and caused the first mistake. And then you're in position, right? Misha was walking up to be able to help get that second CC. So we got the pick. We almost died because we were so clumped, but I don't think there's anything else you can do. Brightwing hit the button that she needed to hit to make sure that you guys didn't die. Right? Because like you got the kill. Look how clumped this is. Like, so it's like obviously you're down
Yeah.
here. Like you're not with the clump. So it's like, but like, yeah, it's part of it. So, but yeah, just being able to micro what you can, and then you got the follow-up stun there. That helps get the Varian. Stupid power gloves keep pushing you, but that's okay. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Like I said, I would just make sure, like every time you pick a talent, that it fits towards what you want to do or how the gameplay is gonna play. So
I
like,
just don't know all that nuance.
and until you've played it a lot or you ask, you're not sure. So I would
Yeah.
say, most times people want offlaners to be able to double soak. And so if
So
you,
bird of prey.
so Bird of Prey will be for the double soak, and you want to make sure you always throw it when the minions are in a straight line.
Right.
Right? So like you would say, you want to make sure like so before they clash and become that H shape or whatever, right? Because when they clash, they make an H.
It
You
won't
want
hit all of them.
it won't hit all of them. So obviously that's the fastest way you can clear. And if you're able to do that from like levels 1 through 4, that plus Misha's stun will almost instantly delete the wave. But
Quick
obviously,
question.
yeah, go ahead.
If they're in H shape,
Hmm.
what would be the most optimal way to do it? Diagonally or just kill the ranged?
It so as funny as it sounds, it depends on what you want to do with your wave. So let's have this wave crash real quick. Okay. So obviously, if you throw it diagonally, you have a chance to hit 6 minions, right, coming this way. So it's like, so that does a lot. If you throw it straight forward, you can also hit this way. If you kill the ranged minions, right, the ranged minions do more damage than the melee minions. So if you kill the ranged minions, your wave will push harder because your ranged are now shooting their melee and your melee are beefier. So killing range means that you will push a lane faster, right, without having to clear it all. So it's like,
Yeah.
but there's a case if you want the lane to stay frozen, you don't want it to go too far forward. Like you want your lane to stay neutral, to throw it and only hit the 4 here. Like so throw it like somewhat to where you only hit these 4. So that way the ranged are still shooting your minions, and then they will slowly like stay even or neutral. Because as much as you have the bear to protect you, you don't want to overextend to where you're like clearing waves and then pushing buildings with Misha because you can't see what's up here. So, but yeah, it's all nuance. Let's see. So I said, yeah, I
What
would
are the
probably.
most important talent? Sorry, what are the
Mhm.
most important talents to change based on matchup?
I would say
Like, there can't be more than
level.
like two or three, right?
No, I would say level 4. So this one will depend on your matchup. There's a couple where like it just flat out wins you the battle. So like having a heal for a point battle or a point duel against someone that wants to duel, right? Because like Sonya should lose all of the battles where you have to trade because you can stun her heal. Leo will put the spooky hand on Misha, and you have to break that spooky ghost hand, or you can stand and fight it. Right? Like, and so this is the only chance you have
That's good for
of
both.
living. I wouldn't like I said, it's not great. You really don't want to duel Leo at all. But if you're
Oh,
forced to, right, like that's your best chance is
can
being
I try
able.
dueling your Leo after this?
I do not have enough time. I have to run back to work.
Okay.
But that would be what you'd be looking for. Because the best thing about dueling into Leo is that Rexxar is ranged. So you can
Hmm.
pretty much play it as if it was range versus Leo. So don't even let him have the Rexxar or let
Right.
him have the Misha. Right? So that's why I'm saying like in that circumstance, like you want to get you could potentially go for heals, but this is probably still best. The armor can be really strong into certain comps and matchups. I think this is probably the one that changes the most based on matchup because the increased slow is huge. It's great, especially if you're playing
Yeah.
like 4-man Misha or anything like that. Like this is huge to be able to get more slows. This is great, especially if you're double soaking, because then you have further range and can do it from further safety, as well as like hitting the enemy hero means you get mana back. And so if you're having mana issues, this one is good. And then obviously you know the strength of this. Um, I almost never take Bestial Wrath unless it's called for at the beginning in draft. When it's like, hey,
What
yeah.
what
hmm
would you get it for specifically? Like bosses?
It could be bosses like PVE. Like I said, I'm like where I know I'm gonna be permanently split pushing or permanently dueling one person instead of playing as a team. So like on Sky Temple, I could definitely use Bestial Wrath because then I can take a fight on a point, right? Like I can leave Misha there to duel somebody and it does bonus damage and can help burn bosses. So it definitely has
But you
value
wouldn't
there.
you wouldn't get like Spirit Swoop talents, Rexar talents, and then Bestial Wrath just for that, right? You would spec into Bestial Wrath.
No, if I'm taking Bestial Wrath, I want everything Misha related. I want to buff Misha as much as
Okay,
possible, right? Like I want
gotcha.
to, yeah.
So you wouldn't get it without it. Okay.
hmm So, and then 16. Um, it's so hard. Like, yes, this is good for specifically clearing Zag creep, right? Like this match has Zag creep, but you don't. You have 3 people that can clear Zag creep easily, so you probably don't need to do it as your job. But like if you're playing on Infernal Shrines, this is huge. This is a great talent. Like you can
Infernal
just
Shrines is which map?
the Punisher one with
Oh,
John Cena. You can have you can use the AoE fire works on the minions. So you can kind of just let Misha run around in circles and it like kills the
oh, and
minions.
that's good for that. Okay.
It can work there. That's what I said. Like there are cases for these different talents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say like if your win condition for the team is win the objective, this can do really good.
Is Dire Beast all that good?
I personally like Aspect of the Hawk so that way, unless I'm playing like a full Misha build,
Okay.
because this used to be much better. The main problem is that it's a stacking one, and so you can't always guarantee when you're going to get the stacking burst. right? Like this is a sustained damage increase, this is a burst increase. And the fact that it gets used on anything versus like saving it up for a hero, right? Like you have to manage this more than this one. Because like if you're like, oh, I need I'm attacking, I'm attacking. Okay, I'm at max stacks. Now I want to use it. Like, it's I don't know. I would probably go aspect of the hawk 9 times out of 10. Just so that way, like I'm a real hero. Like once you get this, you are Jimmy. Like if you anytime you hit a person with a Q, you are Rainer. So that's
Gotcha.
yeah. And then 16, I think all three of these are great. Again, this probably changes per map or matchup.
Against Kael'thas, Feign Death might be better
Oh
if he
yeah,
gets the
the
whatever
pyroblast or
it's called.
whatever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like anytime that you are in danger, feign death, right? Like so they have a Nubarak, they have a Diablo, they have something that like their goal is to get on top of you and one shot you before you can push any buttons. That's what you want feign death for. Um, if they
Intimidate.
yeah, so it's like in primal intimidation. This honestly could have been a very good primal intimidation game. Just because they have so many AAers, right? Like Zul'jin,
Varian.
yeah, Varian,
Yeah.
Zul'jin, like this actually could have been a very good primal intimidation game, not just from the active button, but just from the passive. Anyone that hits
Right.
you or Misha is now slowed in their attack speed. So you obviously can push the button and then slow them more. But if they just hit
Right.
you, they're slowed. But yes, Thrill of the Hunt's great. Having one increased movement speed is huge.
Well, then what's Thrill of the Hunt for, would you say?
Um, the only reason I said this matchup is because they have four auto attackers,
No, I
right?
understand,
Yeah.
but
Thrill of the
what's
Hunt
one
would be just
example of when
your
that
um one at any time. It's like
any other time, I guess?
yeah. So it's like, am I getting Dove? Feign Death. Do they have four like 3+ auto attackers and they're going to be constantly pinging Misha? Take the slow.
Okay.
None of those. Take the movement speed. Yeah. And then the movement speed will pair nicely with the increased attack speed because then you can move up and stutter step a little bit better, and it will pair nicely with the slow increase. So like you can get all three of those together, make it to where you can get a lot more auto attacks off and like run the person down. And then 20, I would say 9 times out of 10, I'm probably upgraded boars. It just I like being able to make plays, and that might be just my play style. Unless I'm literally running at core, right? Like, oh, we just killed everybody and we hit 20 and we called core, then I'm taking this.
That makes sense.
But like, if I'm
What
not,
about Hardened Skin?
hardened skin would be again the one shot afraid potential, right? Like, say it's like, and you didn't take like I would say it's the one shot that's not like a Kael'thas pyroblast. So like,
Oh,
if a ver if I'm playing
Vala.
the game, it could work against Vala, I guess. What I was thinking more of is like usually Rexxar's problem is he gets dove, and then he has to push his button, and if you push your button, then you're dead because you're stuck there by yourself. So this gives you the opportunity to take both Thrill of the Hunt and have a defensive button. So
Okay.
now because like you take 75% less damage, both you and Misha. So it can definitely be really strong into a Nubarak or Diablo or others that can dive on top of you or can harass you like crazy to where you're not able to duel and trade. Because Rexxar always wants to be 2v1, right? Like, and then when he's not 2v1, it's Misha's in there. Rexxar's not in there, but Misha's in there. And so like if they get on
Right.
top of you, like even Kira, like Kira I think is usually what people tend to pick when they think of like, oh, I want a Rexxar counter, they pick Kira just because she has so many abilities that can just get directly on top of you. So, but yeah, like I said, honestly, I don't see anything crazy out of here. You can feel free to DM me if you want to know about specific maps of like, hey, what are the rotations? Like, what are they supposed to look like? And then, yeah, like I said, I'm like their team was super wonky, right? Like this is a I'm gonna blow you up and kill you team with no tank, and so as long as you survive the blow up, like you just win. And then we staggered a whole bunch of deaths, and so they almost got core. So that's more on the staggering and not using our stuff correctly and flaming each other than playing together. So
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, sweet. All right. Well, hopefully that was helpful. I'll send you the VOD here in a second, and I'll catch you on the next one. Send me some DMs, and I'll be happy to look at another Rexxar video in a little bit if there's something that stood out to you.